Welcome back to GH Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about a dramatic and intense storyline currently unfolding in ABC's General Hospital, where secrets, deception, and family ties intersect in a way that could change everything for Carly, Jocelyn, and Sonny. This particular arc delves into Carly's growing concern for her daughter Jocelyn as she begins to uncover unsettling truths about Joss's behavior and her involvement with a secretive organization, the WSB. Along the way, Carly is drawn into a shocking revelation that links her ex-husband Sonny to a new figure, Vaughn, and the consequences of these discoveries will have far-reaching effects on all their lives. Recently, Carly has noticed troubling behavior from her daughter Jocelyn that has caused her to become suspicious. Jocelyn, once open and transparent with Carly, has become increasingly secretive, with patterns of strange behavior that Carly cannot ignore. Jocelyn has been going out late, returning home at odd hours, and making mysterious phone calls, all of which seem to point to something her mother has yet to understand. Carly, concerned for her daughter's safety and well-being, starts to believe that Jocelyn may have a secret boyfriend. This suspicion gnaws at Carly, especially as Joss continues to deny her mother's inquiries. However, Carly's suspicions about a possible relationship are not the full extent of what Joss is hiding. The truth is far more complicated. Jocelyn is secretly working for the World Security Bureau, WSB, an organization known for its covert operations and dangerous missions. Vaughn, the man Carly discovers in connection with Joss, is Jocelyn's handler and mentor during her first WSB assignment. The mission involves getting close to Dr. Dalton, a target of the WSB, and Jocelyn has been deeply involved in this high-stakes operation. Joss has managed to keep this part of her life hidden from Carly, fearing that her mother would never approve of her secret work with the WSB. One fateful day, Carly accidentally stumbles upon a secret meeting between Jocelyn and Vaughn. Carly, unaware of the true nature of their connection, mistakenly assumes that Jocelyn and Vaughn are romantically involved. The sight of them together in a clandestine meeting only fuels Carly's concerns and suspicions about her daughter's life. In a mix of frustration and worry, Carly confronts Vaughn, demanding to know his name and age, trying to gather any information that could shed light on who he is and what his intentions are with her daughter. Seeking to uncover the truth, Carly turns to her trusted ally Spinelli. Known for his exceptional hacking skills, she asks Spinelli to use his talents to investigate Vaughn's background, hoping to find something that will put her mind at ease. Spinelli, ever the reliable source of information, quickly gets to work. It doesn't take long before Spinelli uncovers some shocking and unexpected details about Vaughn's past. What he finds shakes Carly to her core. Vaughn, as it turns out, is not just any stranger. He is Sonny Corinthos' biological son. This revelation leaves Carly stunned, as she realizes that Vaughn is connected to her ex-husband in a way she never could have imagined. The discovery of Vaughn's true identity leads Carly to an unsettling realization. He may have ulterior motives in his relationship with Jocelyn. Carly begins to suspect that Vaughn is using his position in the WSB to get close to her daughter for reasons beyond mere professional interest. Could Vaughn be seeking revenge on Sonny? After all, Sonny's criminal empire has left countless enemies in its wake, and Vaughn's connection to Sonny could mean that his involvement with Jocelyn is part of a larger, more dangerous plan. Although Carly is deeply shaken by the revelation, she decides to keep the truth about Vaughn's identity to herself for the time being. She chooses not to tell anyone about Vaughn's connection to Sonny, fearing that doing so might complicate matters even further. Instead, Carly resolves to take matters into her own hands and protect Jocelyn, urging her daughter to distance herself from Vaughn and stay away from any further involvement with the WSB. Carly is now determined to keep her daughter safe, even if it means keeping secrets and confronting her fears alone. However, Carly remains unaware that Jocelyn's secret life with the WSB is far from over. While Carly believes she has the situation under control, Jocelyn is still deeply entrenched in her mission, and her ties to the organization run much deeper than her mother realizes. Jocelyn has kept her work for the WSB hidden for a long time, but the pressure of balancing her secret life with her family's expectations is starting to take a toll. Jocelyn is caught in a web of lies, torn between the loyalty she feels toward her mother and the dangerous world she has become involved in. The truth about her work with the WSB will eventually come to light, but not before it leads to even more complications. As Carly continues to struggle with the revelation about Vaughn's identity, her focus remains on protecting Jocelyn from the possible dangers of Vaughn's intentions. She becomes increasingly wary of Vaughn, believing that he is manipulating her daughter for his own purposes. Carly's concerns grow as she watches Jocelyn become more entangled in the WSB's operations. Despite her best efforts to keep Jocelyn away from Vaughn, Carly can't shake the feeling that her daughter is slipping further away from her. Vaughn's involvement with Jocelyn is not only a source of concern for Carly, but also for the entire Corinthos family. Sonny, unaware of Vaughn's true identity at first, will eventually learn the shocking truth about his son's involvement in Jocelyn's life. This discovery will undoubtedly stir up old tensions and unresolved issues between Sonny and Carly, as the family is once again forced to deal with the consequences of their complicated history. Vaughn's presence in Port Charles could have lasting ramifications for everyone, and the drama surrounding his relationship with Jocelyn is only beginning to unfold. As the story progresses, the stakes continue to rise. Jocelyn's secret work for the WSB, combined with the revelation of Vaughn's paternity, sets the stage for a series of confrontations, emotional reckonings, and dangerous alliances. Carly's protective instincts will continue to clash with Jocelyn's growing independence, leading to difficult choices and heart-wrenching decisions. Can Carly find a way to protect her daughter from the dangerous world she's become a part of? Will Jocelyn finally come clean about her involvement with the WSB, or will she continue to hide the truth from her mother? The dynamics within the Corinthos family are shifting once again, as old wounds are reopened and new secrets threaten to tear them apart. The revelation about Vaughn's identity, combined with the ongoing mystery surrounding his motives, will leave Carly and Sonny grappling with questions of trust, loyalty, and family loyalty. The tension between them is bound to escalate, as they each try to navigate the complex web of relationships that has formed around their daughter Jocelyn and the dangerous forces at play. As viewers continue to follow the twists and turns of this captivating storyline, it's clear that the road ahead will not be easy for anyone involved. The tangled relationships, secretive missions, and hidden agendas promise to keep fans on the edge of their seats. Carly, Jocelyn, and the entire Corinthos family will have to face tough decisions and grapple with the consequences of their actions as they navigate a world full of danger and intrigue. Next, we will dive deep into the whirlwind of drama surrounding Gio Palmieri, whose life in Port Charles is teetering on the edge of a jaw-dropping revelation that promises to upend everything he's ever known. Buckle up, because the latest developments are packed with emotional turmoil, shocking secrets, and family ties that could either bind or break the fragile dynamics of this beloved town. Let's unpack this tangled web with fresh perspectives, creative insights, and never-before-seen details that will keep you glued to your screen. The emotional storm brewing around Gio. In the heart of Port Charles, Gio Palmieri has always been a figure of quiet strength, navigating life's challenges with a steady hand. However, the latest episodes have shown us a side of Gio we rarely see: a young man grappling with an avalanche of pain and confusion. After a devastating incident involving Rocco Falconeri, who suffered from alcohol poisoning during a reckless beach party, Gio found himself at the center of a storm he didn't see coming. Picture this: the crashing waves, the flickering bonfire, and the unconscious Rocco lying helpless, as Gio and Danny Morgan made the split-second decision to move him to the boathouse rather than call for immediate help. It was a choice born out of panic, not malice, but one that would ignite a firestorm of blame. When Dante Falconeri, Rocco's father and a pillar of law enforcement in Port Charles, arrived on the scene, the air crackled with tension. Dante's protective instincts kicked into overdrive as he unleashed a torrent of accusations on Gio, his voice echoing through the halls of ABC General Hospital. "Why didn't you act faster? My son's life was in your hands," he bellowed, his eyes flashing with a mix of fear and fury. Gio, already shaken, could only stand there, absorbing the weight of guilt and denial. He swore he hadn't supplied the alcohol, but Dante's words cut deeper than any blade, painting Gio as the villain in a tragedy he never intended to orchestrate. Little do either of them know, the true story behind their connection is far more complex and earth-shattering than a mere argument over a teenage misstep. A heartfelt confession and unexpected allies. Fast forward to a quieter, yet equally intense moment in the most recent episode, where Gio's carefully constructed walls came tumbling down. Overwhelmed by the relentless pressure from Dante's accusations and the chaos swirling within the Quartermain family, Gio sought refuge in the one person who has always been his rock, Emma Scorpio Drake. In a dimly lit corner of the hospital courtyard, with the faint hum of Port Charles nightlife in the background, Gio bared his soul in a way that left viewers reaching for tissues. "I feel like I'm drowning, Emma," he whispered, his voice thick with unshed tears. "No matter what I do, it's never enough. I'm losing everything." This scene was a masterclass in raw emotion, a testament to the incredible depth brought by actor Giovanni Mazza. Rumor has it that this poignant exchange wasn't even planned in the initial script. According to whispers from the set, the writers were so moved by the electric chemistry between Maza and Braden Bruner, who plays Emma, that they rewrote the episode on the fly to include this soul-bearing moment. Emma, usually the one leaning on Gio for support, stepped into the role of comforter with a tenderness that spoke volumes about their unspoken bond. Could this be the foundation of a deeper relationship, or will the secrets about to unfold tear even this friendship apart? The bombshell that will redefine family. Now let's dive into the juicy heart of this drama, A Secret, so explosive it could rewrite the history of multiple Port Charles families. Sources close to the production team have dropped a bombshell. Gio Palmieri is none other than the biological son of Dante Falconeri and Brooke Lynn Quartermain, a child given up for adoption in a decision steeped in heartache and hidden truths. For longtime fans, this might jog memories of subtle hints dropped earlier this year, including a cryptic remark by Lois Cerullo during a tense confrontation at the police station. "There's so much you don't understand about Gio," she snapped at Dante, her words heavy with unspoken meaning. Imagine the moment when Dante, a man already wrestling with the grief of losing Sam McCall and the challenges of single parenthood, discovers he's been berating his own flesh and blood. The irony is almost too cruel to fathom. Will this revelation come crashing down during a heated public showdown at the annual Port Charles Charity Gala, where emotions are already running high? Or will it unfold in a quiet private moment, perhaps in the soft glow of a hospital room, as both men confront their shared pain? One thing is certain, the fallout will send shockwaves through the Falconeri and Quartermain legacies, forcing everyone to reevaluate loyalties and long-held resentments. The Quartermain chaos and Emma's unexpected role. Gio's world isn't just crumbling due to Dante's wrath, he's also caught in the crosshairs of a bitter power struggle at the Quartermain mansion where he currently resides. The ongoing feud between Drew Quartermain and Tracy Quartermain over control of the family crypta, symbolic battleground for legacy and influence, has turned the estate into a pressure cooker of schemes and betrayal. Gio, often seen as an outsider despite his proximity to the family, has been inadvertently dragged into whispered conspiracies and late-night arguments over who truly holds the reins of power. Could this conflict unearth even more secrets about his past, or will it simply add another layer of stress to an already fractured young man? Meanwhile, Emma Scorpio Drake might hold the key to unlocking Gio's true origins without even realizing it. As a research assistant to the eccentric Professor Henry Dalton, Emma has been tasked with digging into obscure historical records for a university project unrelated to the hospital drama. Insiders tease that buried within dusty tomes and forgotten archives, she might stumble upon a document, a birth certificate, or adoption record that ties Gio directly to Dante and Brooke Lynn. Picture the scene: Emma, poring over papers late at night in the university library, her eyes widening as the pieces fall into place. Will she be the one to break the news to Gio, or will her discovery fall into the wrong hands, setting off a chain reaction of chaos? Fan frenzy and future predictions. The Port Charles fandom is buzzing with wild theories and passionate debates across social media platforms, with hashtags like #GioTruth and #FalconeriFamily trending nonstop. Will Dante's initial reaction to learning he's Gio's father be one of cold disbelief, followed by a slow unraveling of guilt for his harsh treatment? Or will Gio reject any attempt at reconciliation, wounded by years of feeling like an outsider in a town full of secrets? Some fans speculate that a dramatic hospital emergency, perhaps involving Rocco again, could force the two men to confront their shared blood in a life-or-death moment, forging a bond out of necessity rather than choice. As for the broader implications, this revelation will ripple through every corner of Port Charles. The Falconeri family, already strained by loss, will face new tests of unity. The Quartermain power dynamics, already a labyrinth of greed and grudges, could shift if Gio's true lineage grants him unexpected leverage or vulnerability. And for Gio himself, the question of identity looms large. Who is he, really, when the foundation of his life has been built on lies? My personal prediction is that while the road to healing will be long and rocky, we'll see Dante step up as a father in ways that surprise even himself, perhaps seeking counsel from his own father, Sonny Corinthos, on how to mend a broken bond. Next, we will delve into the intriguing world of Steve Burton, the iconic actor behind Jason Morgan, and explore the personal reflections, career crossroads, and character evolution that have fans buzzing with curiosity. From heartfelt social media confessions to whispers of regrets and speculation about his future on the show, there's a lot to unpack. Join us as we dive deeper into Burton's journey, sprinkle in creative details, and shed light on what might lie ahead for one of Port Charles' most beloved figures. A cryptic message sparks reflection. Steve Burton, the seasoned actor who has brought the enigmatic Jason Morgan to life for decades on ABC General Hospital, recently sent shockwaves through his fan base with a thought-provoking post on Instagram. In a moment of raw vulnerability, Burton shared a poignant caption that read, "Circumstances don't define the man, it reveals him to himself." He elaborated further, emphasizing resilience with words that struck a chord. Whether it's your fault or someone else's, life's challenges peel back the layers, showing us what we must confront, overcome, or release to find true freedom. Fans couldn't help but dissect this message under a microscope, wondering if Burton was hinting at personal regrets or professional struggles. Could he be reflecting on missed opportunities to evolve alongside his audience, perhaps wishing he had explored new dimensions of growth, be it emotional maturity or even a shift in his public persona earlier in his career? Some speculate this introspection ties back to his long tenure on the soap, where the grind of portraying a complex character like Jason might have left little room for personal reinvention. Imagine Burton sitting in a quiet corner of his home, scrolling through old fan letters from the 90s, pondering how his journey mirrors the turbulent tides of Port Charles itself. This post feels less like a casual update and more like a window into a soul searching for deeper meaning. Regrets and the road not taken. Diving deeper into the undercurrents of Burton's musings, many longtime viewers and social media sleuths are asking, does Steve harbor regrets about not branching out sooner, both in his spiritual outlook and in the physical demands of his iconic role? Picture a younger Burton, fresh-faced and full of ambition, stepping onto the set of ABC General Hospital for the first time, unaware of how deeply Jason Morgan would define him. While he's become synonymous with the stoic enforcer, some wonder if he ever yearned to explore lighter, more comedic roles, or even venture into directing behind the scenes to stretch his creative muscles. This notion of regret isn't just about career choices, it's also about connecting with fans on a different level. What if Burton had shared more of his personal philosophy or wellness tips, areas he's passionate about earlier in his journey? Today, his Instagram often features motivational snippets and glimpses into his fitness regimen, but decades ago, such openness was rare for soap stars. Fans have flocked to the comments of his latest post, with one writing, "Steve, you've grown so much, but I wish we'd seen this side of you sooner." Another added, "Your words hit home, life's trials do show us who we are. Keep inspiring us." It's as if Burton is now playing catch-up, building a bridge to his audience that might have been constructed years ago, had the timing or circumstances aligned differently. Jason Morgan's Sep's stagnation, a missed opportunity. Turning our lens to Jason Morgan himself, the character Burton has embodied with such intensity, there's a growing murmur among the ABC General Hospital community about a lack of evolution in his storyline. Once known as the stone-cold protector of Port Charles, Jason was the iron fist that, alongside Sonny, maintained a gritty order in a town rife with chaos. Whether it was facing down mob bosses in dimly lit warehouses or executing daring rescues on the docks, Jason's unflinching demeanor was a hallmark of the show. Yet, as seasons rolled on, some fans feel his arc has plateaued, trapped in a cycle of violence and stoicism without the depth of personal growth they crave. Consider the recent tragedy of Sam McCall's passing, a plot point that could have been a turning point for Jason to step into a softer, more nurturing role as a devoted father to Danny. Imagine scenes of Jason teaching Danny to ride a bike along the quieter streets of Port Charles, or late-night talks by the pier about life, loss, and love. Instead, the show has leaned on Jason's familiar tough guy traits, leaving viewers yearning for a glimpse of vulnerability or a shift toward family-centric storytelling. One fan tweeted recently, "Jason had the chance to be more than a hitman after Sam's death. Why isn't GH giving us Dad Jason?" It's a sentiment echoing through online forums, painting a picture of a character at a crossroads, with untapped potential waiting just beyond the next script. Speculation on Steve Burton's future with General Hospital. Earlier this year, rumors swirled like a Port Charles storm that Steve Burton might be contemplating a dramatic exit from ABC General Hospital. Whispers of dissatisfaction or a desire for new horizons spread like wildfire, fueled by insider gossip and cryptic interviews. Could Burton, after years of embodying Jason's leather-jacketed intensity, be ready to hang up the iconic wardrobe for good? Imagine the actor pacing a Los Angeles studio, script in hand, weighing the comfort of familiarity against the lure of uncharted roles, perhaps a gritty indie film or a heartfelt family drama on a streaming platform. Yet, for every rumor of departure, there's a counter-argument that Burton remains deeply tied to the soap that made him a household name. Sources close to the set suggest he's been in talks with producers about potential new arcs for Jason, maybe a storyline where he finally wrestles with his past demons, or even a surprising romance that softens his edges. Picture a scene where Jason, weathered by years of battle scars, sits in a quiet diner with a new love interest, laughing over burnt coffee as he rediscovers joy. Fans are divided. Some hope Burton stays to see Jason evolve into a wiser, multidimensional figure, while others think a temporary exit, perhaps for a year-long sabbatical, could refresh both actor and character. One thing is clear: the question of how long Steve Burton will last as Jason Morgan keeps us all on the edge of our seats. Fan reactions and what sips next for Jason Morgan. The Port Charles fandom has been vocal, flooding social media with opinions on Burton's introspective posts and Jason's stagnant arc. Hashtags like #JasonEvolves and #SteveBurton reflections are trending as viewers debate what's next. Some imagine a redemption arc where Jason becomes a mentor to the next generation, think guiding Danny through teenage turmoil or even training a young vigilante to protect the town. Others dream of Burton taking on a dual role, perhaps playing a long-lost twin of Jason's with a wildly different personality, showcasing his range as an actor. My personal prediction? Steve Burton isn't ready to say goodbye just yet, but he's pushing for a reinvention of Jason Morgan that aligns with his own growth. Perhaps we'll see Jason step away from the mob life, opening a small garage by the waterfront, a nod to his love for motorcycles while grappling with fatherhood in a way that tugs at heartstrings. Whatever the future holds, Burton's recent musings suggest he's in a reflective space, ready to embrace whatever circumstances reveal about himself and his craft. Imagine a behind-the-scenes moment where Burton sits with writers, sketching out Jason's next chapter over coffee-stained storyboards, determined to give fans the depth they deserve. Wrapping up the journey of Steve Burton. There you have it, folks. A comprehensive look at Steve Burton's latest revelations, the evolution or lack thereof of Jason Morgan, and the tantalizing possibilities for both actor and character on ABC General Hospital. From cryptic social media posts hinting at personal regrets to fan frustration over missed story opportunities, and from exit rumors to dreams of reinvention, Burton's journey is as captivating as any Port Charles plotline. What do you think? Should Jason evolve into a family man, or is it time for Steve to explore new horizons beyond the soap? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this conversation alive. Until next time, stay tuned for more spoilers and surprises.